Sometimes you don't realize how heavy the burden on your shoulders has become. You move through your days, handling responsibilities, fighting unseen battles, wondering why you feel so drained inside. What you may not see is that you are carrying a heavy spiritual burden, a weight that God never intended for you to carry alone. Today I want to share 6 signs that you're carrying a heavy spiritual burden without even realizing it. Sign 1 is unexplained exhaustion. No matter how much you sleep, no matter how much you rest, you wake up tired. You go through your day tired. This kind of exhaustion isn't solved by a nap. It's the weariness of carrying spiritual battles in silence. When your spirit is weighed down, your body and mind eventually follow. If you find yourself constantly drained without a clear reason, your spirit may be crying out for help. Sign 2 is a growing sense of heaviness in your heart. You might not be able to point to a specific event, but you feel sadness or pressure sitting on your chest. A heaviness that won't lift, no matter how hard you try to shake it off. Often, this is a sign that you are carrying burdens that God never meant for you to carry alone. He invites you to lay them down at His feet, not to pretend they aren't real, but to hand them to the one who is strong enough to bear them. Sign 3 is struggling to pray. You sit down to pray, but the words don't come. You feel distant, disconnected, overwhelmed. Prayer becomes a battle instead of a refuge. When you carry too much alone, it creates walls between you and the God who wants to meet you there. But even your sighs, your silent tears, your broken whispers, God hears them all. You don't have to have perfect words for Him to understand your heart. Sign 4 is feeling responsible for things beyond your control. You feel like it's your job to fix everything, to carry everyone, to solve problems that were never meant for you. This false sense of responsibility is a heavy burden the enemy loves to use against you. God calls you to faithfulness, not to carry the weight of the world. You were never meant to be everyone's savior. That role is already taken. Sign 5 is emotional numbness. When the burden becomes too heavy for too long, your heart starts to shut down just to survive. Joy feels muted. Hope feels distant. You stop dreaming because it hurts too much to hope again. Emotional numbness isn't laziness or coldness. It's often the soul's desperate attempt to protect itself under too much pressure. But God doesn't just want you to survive. He wants to heal and restore your heart. Sign 6 is withdrawing from others. When you're carrying too much, isolation often follows. You don't want to talk. You don't want to be seen. You retreat not because you don't care, but because you're too overwhelmed to engage. The enemy loves to use isolation to deepen the burden and feed the lies that you are alone. But you are not alone. God sees you, God knows you, and He places people in your life who want to walk with you through the weight. If you recognize these signs in yourself, take heart. Feeling heavy doesn't mean you're failing. It means you've been trying to carry something too big for your own strength. And God is inviting you today to put it down, to give it to Him, to let Him carry the weight you were never designed to hold. You are not weak for needing help. You are not broken because you feel tired. You are simply human, deeply loved by a God who is strong enough to carry you through every burden, every battle, and every storm. Today, let the walls come down. Lay the burden at His feet. Breathe deep, knowing you don't have to keep carrying this alone. His arms are open, His heart is ready, and His strength is already working on your behalf.